Hey guys, I know this has been a long time coming. I have not made a video in quite some time, and there's a lot of reasons behind that. If you guys remember my last video, I basically picked up my mom's ashes and I just didn't know where we were going to go from here, and that was actually very true. I didn't. I just knew that there was a lot of things that had to be done, a lot of things that had to be managed, and I had to think about a lot of things like what this meant for my family, what this meant for our family business, and how to put the pieces back together and how to move on. I got pulled in a lot of different directions between the emotional stuff with the way my mom died and also with just like the business stuff and like really working my way through the whole dynamics. It was really, really hard. And on top of keeping up with my business, being an influencer or running a media platform is a lot of work. It's a lot of work and it requires like never dropping the ball. And it is a 365 work life, meaning that there are no breaks. So I really had to think about all of that and figure out how to manage that. A lot of sleepless nights. One of the things that you guys have heard me mention is that with this new dynamic of dealing with my family in a way that I never had to deal with them before, and the nature of the business of the family, it really is like Succession and Yellowstone and Landman all wrapped in one. If you've ever seen any of these movies or any of these shows where the family is like fighting over assets and fighting over what belongs to who and who gets to be in charge and provide leadership and et cetera, it really is like that. And that was just a new territory that I had to naturally step into, and that took a lot of focus and a lot of time. To be honest, up until this point, I've had the luxury of never really having to confront any of those things and never actually having to deal with it. And by extension, so did my mom. In this case, the way our situation is set up, it did require that someone in my generation step up and take charge. And that's what I had to do. Now, with all of that aside, I will get into some of the details later. I think it's a very interesting topic, and I found that a lot of people find the family dynamics in this kind of situation very, very interesting. I do have to say that I do have a special project coming out. I did, in my time off, write a memoir about my mom and about our family, and including everything that happened with van life and all of that. So I will talk more about that as it's coming up. In addition to that, I have been really busy and I have been working on a number of projects in addition to my regular work as a content creator, as an influencer, and running a content studio. And I do have something pretty big I'm going to announce, which leads me into just being able to talk more about my whole career trajectory, all the things that I've done, and what is next, not excluding the family business, but also what is next for me. And so guys, thank you so much for sticking around. And if you're subscribed to this channel, thank you so much for still being subscribed. If you're seeing this and you used to subscribe, please resubscribe again. I don't think I'll have any more dips in content for the foreseeable future. This was just something that was a outlier experience, and I needed some time to really reflect and think about what happened. I want to bring you back to following my blog, my daily life, some of the projects that I do, actually a lot of the projects I do. I have some amazing content coming up. I went to Houston. I actually got to see for the first time in my generation our family's estate. I also went to Austin. I had a fun time in Austin. And also I went to New York for the Build Expo. I went back to LA for a running casting with Hoka. There's been a lot of things happening, and so I am excited to share that video and to share that content with you guys. And so if you are following me for the first time, please subscribe. I'd love to have you and I'd love to share my world with you. If you are subscribed, thank you guys for sticking in there and for being supportive, having confidence and knowing that I'll be back. And my next video will be up in a few days.